Hey guys, welcome back. So today's video, I am going to be talking about all of my favorite at-home DIY beauty treatments. So kind of just like a bunch of things that you could get done at a salon, but I like to do in the comfort of my own home. So a bunch of these I've already touched on in previous videos, just like over the years, but I wanted to kind of round them all up in the same video so you guys can have this to like reference back to. Or if you are a newer follower of mine and you haven't seen some of my older content, this is just going to be like an updated version with everything in one place. And I think everything in this video is kind of related to hair, whether it be facial hair, body hair, the hair on my head, all of that kind of maintenance we're going to be touching on in this video. So if any of that interests you, just keep watching because I have some DIY beauty tips I want to share with you guys that can save you some money. So the first subject that I wanted to touch on is body hair. So I've talked about this several times over the past year or so, but I'm going to be talking about my at-home laser hair removal device, which is this guy right here. This is the Kenzzi IPL device, and this is what I've been using to get rid of the hair on my body. And so I've really been loving mine. I've been using this for over a year. I recently did a 1-year update video a few months ago on my experience with the Kenzzi that goes very into detail, but today I wanted to touch on it briefly and just talk about it again because I really love mine. So like I said, this is an at-home IPL device, and IPL stands for Intense Pulsed Light. So it's a little bit different than an in-office salon laser hair removal. They typically use a laser which is more specific and targeted for the hair follicle, whereas IPL is more of a broader spectrum of light, but both are still really effective. And so, like I said, I've been using mine for over a year. I absolutely love it. You can use it pretty much anywhere on the body or your face besides like from here up because you want to avoid the eye area, but it's very effective. I've done my legs, I've done my underarms. I'm trying to do my bikini area, like my bikini line right now. But I love it. I want to be a hairless cat. So this has helped me get one step closer to that. But basically what you do is you use this once a week for 12 weeks and you start seeing a difference around like the 4th treatment or so. Around that mark, I start noticing that my hair is growing in much slower and not as thick, and then over time it'll become less and less and less. And then after the 12 weeks, I like to go in once a month, kind of like as a maintenance treatment. And I touched on this on my last video, but ever since I started taking my liquid collagen, my hair has been growing insanely fast and like sprouting up in new places. So I've had to do a little bit more maintenance with this, but honestly, I don't mind. It's so convenient and easy, and I don't have to like run to a salon to get it done. I can just, hop in my bathroom, watch TV, listen to music, whatever, and do my sessions there. So I've really been loving it. It's very convenient. And pain level wise, I feel like it depends on the person. I personally think I have a pretty high pain tolerance, like not a lot of things hurt me, but it also depends on the area that you're treating. I would say the more coarse your hair is, like in that area, like your underarm or like your bikini line, those areas are a little bit more sensitive and hurt a little bit more, but nothing unbearable. So if you guys are interested, I'm going to do a little demo here so you can see exactly how it works. But if you're interested, I will have a link for you guys in the description box. You can check that out, or you can go to Kenzzi's website, which is kenzzi.com, and you can use my code LETA, which I will put on screen here, to get $50 off your Kenzzi device, and you can start DIYing your own laser hair removal. So the first thing that I like to do at home is dermaplane my face or shave my face. This is one of my favorite things to do. I do it probably once a month. My skin is a little bit more sensitive, so I try to do this when I know I'm not going to be wearing makeup for like 24 hours because my skin is a little bit sensitive, and if I go in with like skincare and makeup afterward, it can get a little bit irritated, but that is just me. So let's hop into the demo. So I always like to start with clean, dry skin, and the night before I do this, I like to go in with an exfoliating treatment. This is a AHA-based chemical exfoliant. It's from Summer Fridays. It's their Soft Reset. It's amazing. It will give you this nice glass skin glow, and I like to use this before my dermaplaning because if I were to use this after, my skin would freak out and it would just be way too strong and it'd be too sensitive. So I like to go in with that the night before because it gives me a nice head start on getting rid of any dead skin cells on the surface, because that's what AHAs are great for. So now I'm gonna go in with my razors, and these are from Sephora. I really like these. They're affordable, and I think they're better quality than like the cheapy like tinky razors or whatever those are called that you can just get at like the dollar store or like on Amazon. I feel like these are just better quality. I like the handle of them better. You can get a better grip, and I think that the quality of the blades are better as well. So I've tried a bunch of these, and these happen to be my favorite, and you get a pack of 4, and they're super cute. This is gonna be hard to do on camera because you definitely need 2 hands, and then you also need to be looking closely into a mirror, but I'm gonna try to use the viewfinder, and I like to pull mine up. So like pull it tight and then put the razor not like straight on like this and not like straight up and down, kind of like in an angle like this. And then you just do small little strokes. And I find the place that I like this the best is on my cheek area, because that's where my makeup will go on like patchy. If anywhere, it's going to be on the cheek or on my forehead and even on my nose. So those are the areas I love it for, especially, but really anywhere. I feel like this is pretty easy to do, but one wrong move and you could be looking like Edward Scissorhands, or you could just have one eyebrow. So enter at your own risk. So then after, I like to go in with either micellar water or like a cleansing toner like this one. This is the Bioderma micellar water. It's my favorite ever. And then this is the fresh kombucha cleansing treatment. It has prebiotic inulin and is a no rinse cleanser. I do really like this. It's very calming and gentle on the skin. I have pretty sensitive skin, so this one does not irritate me. So then the next category I wanted to touch on is DIY brow grooming, and this is a subject that I've talked about many times on my channel in the past, but you guys always ask about it, and I wanted to touch on it again in today's video because you guys, I guess you seem to really love my eyebrows, and I'm very flattered. I'm very flattered because they've come a long way. If you've been watching my channel for a long time, they were not very cute, and I'm sorry if you tried to copy those old brows, but these new brows, they're good. I wonder if I'll be saying that in 10 years. Will I be liking these brows in 10 years? I don't know. Hopefully. I feel like they're pretty good. But anyways, now I'm going to show you guys how I groom them at home, how I wax them, how I tint them, how I shape them, and how I get them looking nice and cute. And I know what you're thinking, this is not a brow tint kit. This is a mustache and beard tint kit. Well, I've been using this for years and years and years. It does a really great job, and it's usually way more affordable than the brow tint kits out there, and this will last you so freaking long. You get so many uses out of this, and yeah, stuff for men is always more affordable than stuff marketed for women. They call that the pink tax, and so I really love this, and I use the shade dark brown. So it comes with everything you need here. I'm just gonna mix these up. You do equal parts of the color and the developer, mix it up in this little tray, and you're good to go. And I think I've said this before, but Tommy uses this sometimes on his actual beard and mustache, which is what it's for. But it looks so dumb because he has light brown hair and he's using this dark brown kit. So I make him shave it off immediately. So then I'm going to take an angled brush like this that you use for your eyebrows and apply it. So this makes it a little bit more precise than the applicator. And you can kind of just draw it on, like even on your skin where you like your eyebrows to be. And it really just makes your brows look fuller, because even those like little tiny baby hairs that you don't even know you have, it tints those and it just makes your brows look nice and full. So I'm gonna do that, and then I'm just gonna take the brush side and really work it through. Then I set my timer for like 4 or 5 minutes. If it's your first time doing this, I probably would leave it on for like 3 minutes just to see, because you don't want it to be too dark, especially if you have really light hair. You don't want like super dark brows, or maybe you do, but be careful. So then I'm just gonna go in with some micellar water. You could go in with like a soapy towel or like a shampoo-y towel. I'm just gonna start removing this. So then when you're done, it should look something like that. Obviously, the more you wash your hair and your face, like it'll fade over time, but I think it's really nice to do. It just kind of saves you some time if you're like running out the door and you're not into, you know, putting on makeup. I feel like having just like a little bit of tint to your brows can really just help frame your face. And then another thing I like to do is wax my brows at home. And I've literally been doing this, I think, since I was 18 years old, and I've showed it on my channel. And I think I've literally been doing this since I was 18 years old, and I've been showing it on my channel for like at least 10 years. So I love to use this little Sally Hansen wax strip kit for my brows. And I found that I like to do the waxing after the tinting, because if you do it vice versa, then when you're tinting your brows, you're kind of like putting color into those like open pore and like that fresh skin. So I think it's a little bit better to do the waxing afterward. But basically what I do is I take the strip, and I've not separated it. It's not sticky or anything like this. I take it and I'm going to draw like an underline of the arch of my brow. So I need to look closely in a mirror to do this. So I'm sorry if you can't really see that well, but basically what I do is I just underline the arch of my brow. Then what I do is I just cut along that little stencil we made. So then when we go to wax, we have like the perfect shape that we want. And I like to go in and have them like professionally done like once or twice a year, just so they can like really get my shape down, and then I can maintain it at home. But I've been doing this for so long that I just kind of know how I like it. So then I just stick what we just created, that little shape we just created, right underneath the brow. And then to kind of heat up the wax, you just hold it down and warm it up with your finger. I'm just going to take the other side of that wax strip and put it down on the other side. And I'm sure all of the cosmetologists out there are losing their shit, but you gotta do what you gotta do, baby boo. Then you just take that little tail there, pull your skin tight, and let her rip. Then I just cut a little tiny, like little square, and I'm gonna use this for in between my brows so I don't have a unibrow. And I used to do it above my arch as well, but I don't really do that anymore. I kind of just use my face razor to clean up that area. I feel like I don't really need it that much in that area, and I don't like how my foundation applies up here when I wax, because it is just like a different texture of skin, and you can, or I can kind of tell, so I don't like to do it up there. So that's basically it. Then I will go in with the little cleansing oil that it comes with. So just a really nice soothing oil, and it gets rid of any wax residue that you have. Then I go in with my tweezers to get anything that I might have missed. Then I will just kind of brush them up before I go in and trim them. I like mine more on the natural side, so I don't like to trim them too much, but just a little bit. And you want to make sure like the curved part of your scissors is going like in this direction. So on this side, it went curving up. This side is curving up. So kind of like flip my hands around. If you don't do that, I feel like it cuts them at like a weird angle. It does take some practice. So then that is pretty much it for the brows. So then the next thing I wanted to touch on is probably my most asked question, or most requested topic to touch on, and that is the hair on my head. So I don't know what it is. You guys seem to really be into my hair, and I'm very flattered, and I thank you for all the compliments on my hair. But you guys are always asking what color my hair is. So the color of my hair currently, I go to a salon every like 5 months or so to get my color done. And my stylist, her name is Claire. Claire does hair. I will tag her here. She uses Goldwell 5BP, which I think stands for beige pearl. But if your salon does not have that, just ask for a like medium to dark tone brown, neutral, no like warmth to it. So that's what I get done in the salon, and she uses a semi-permanent color, so it's not permanent. It kind of like fades over time. So for me at home, especially since I used to have highlights in my hair, I like to go in with a gloss to kind of deepen it up and enrichen it up and counteract any brassiness at home. And so what I use for that is also from Goldwell. It's the Goldwell Color Revive, and I use this in the shade dark brown, or no, it's called cool brown. I'm sorry that my bottle is absolutely trashed. It's just because I use it all the time. There's not a ton left. I probably have maybe 1 or 2 more at-home sessions in here, but I'm not sure if I'm going to insert a demo of this because it's very messy and I don't want to get hair dye all over my camera or get it covered with water in the shower, because this is an in-shower treatment. You want to use it on clean, shampooed hair, and then you want to like get all of the moisture out, wring it out as good as possible. Then you will go in with this. And you can use gloves, or you could use it out of the shower if you wanted to just like leave it in your hair for longer and get more intense, deeper results with more toning. But I typically just use it inside of the shower because I'm lazy and I don't need like a ton happening for me. But yeah, you want to use this in the shower. You can use gloves if you're worried about staining. I typically don't have an issue with staining. The only thing that may stain is like my nails. They might get a little dingy because they're such a light color. But you want to put this on damp, wringed out hair and leave it on. I like to leave it on for at least 10 minutes. So I think the bottle says, oh, leave in for 2 to 5 minutes. Oh, well, I leave it on for 10. So that's what I do. And yeah, when you're done, you don't have to follow it with a conditioner. You can if you want, but it is a color giving conditioner. So it's really like a nice glossing conditioning treatment that adds a bit of tint and a bit of toning. And I absolutely love how my hair looks after I use this. It looks shiny, it looks rich, it looks beautiful. And they do make this in other colors. So this is obviously cool brown. So I would recommend using this on light brown to dark brown hair. I wouldn't use it on too light of light brown hair because the color of it, and I don't want to get it everywhere because it's kind of messy. The color of it is kind of like this dark greenish bluish shade. So if you have like a lot of highlights in your hair and it's lighter, you don't want to tint them and get them looking green or like bluish, yellow, anything like that. So I would say light brown to deep brown hair. This is going to be great if you want to get rid of any like warmth in there. But I believe they also have one that enhances warmth if you're into that. So this has been my absolute favorite, and I believe there's some places you can order this online, but I buy mine direct from my hairdresser, and you know, that kind of helps to support your hairdresser as well, especially if you're not going into the salon as much as you used to because of COVID or whatever. So this is what I've been using in between salon treatments, and you can use this as often as you want. I probably do it like once a month. But yeah, I think that's gonna wrap up this video, all of my DIY beauty at home treatments and maintenance and upkeep. These are all the things that I like to do. I was thinking about trying an at-home lash lift also, because that's like one of the only things that I have not tried to DIY myself. I know it's a little bit of a controversial subject because, you know, it's your eye area and there's chemicals involved, but I go to a salon and have it done. So it's not like I'm like afraid of the chemicals because I'm putting it in their hands. I don't know. What do you guys think? Should I attempt to DIY it at home or leave it alone? I'm not sure. I'm bored in the house and I'm in the house bored and it's winter. I don't really like leaving my house that much because it's so cold and you can't really go anywhere and like do anything fun. I don't know. I'm not sure. I haven't decided yet. But that is going to wrap up today's video, all of my DIY at-home beauty maintenance treatments. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.